Welcome to Plays and Parlays. I am your host, Wesley, along with my co-host, the guru, LT, and the dude, man, what's up with you, bruh?
What's happening? What's happening?
How y'all
Feeling like a
doing, man?
million dollars.
Good,
Feeling like a
good.
million dollars.
I bet
It's all,
y'all are.
hey, I mean, you should be too, man, because I know I'll be sitting here downplaying Tyler Shook a little bit, but he's good. I liked him. I was like, this, hey, when you
I'm a
have two
Saints fan.
300-yard games, man,
Yeah.
in one season as a rookie, you know what I mean? No matter what, that's an accomplishment. When no other rookies had done that, only one other rookie this season did that other than him. You know what I mean? Nobody did two of them though. And and he came in with a team. I feel like he came in in a good, decent situation, not a winning situation. He made them feel like they could win. You know, that's how I really feel. He made the people who were there have more like pride in what they were doing. They didn't just
Well,
feel
that's
like, you know
want,
what?
right? You want that leader at that position.
absolutely.
You want somebody that can. It's not even,
Absolutely.
you found somebody that can actually lift up and make the players around them better. It's
We're
the
talking
first
about the
time
Saints,
anybody's
bro.
ever seen that since Breeze.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while for you guys.
And I mean that whole Carr's not a terrible quarterback. I don't want to say that, but it's very different when you look at Carr's leadership compared to this guy. Shook, the team was playing for Shook, and when you say playing, you're talking about we were tanking for 90% of the season. Then this guy comes in and everybody's like, "Hey, we got to play. Like we got a quarterback. No more draft talk. Let's see what we could do."
Do you
We
feel like
started
he's a
building
kind of a
off that.
quiet leader? It seems like to me, he doesn't. I haven't
It's
watched
his
enough games,
toughness.
so I'm just talking kind of.
It's his toughness. He takes a lot of hits. He sits in the pocket and he actually makes the throws. A lot of these young quarterbacks don't have that ability. And the veterans even said that during these press conferences. They came out and basically were just saying, hey, man, this guy's got that it factor. He has that toughness. He's somebody that we want to play for and we want to build around. And if a veteran says that, and I'm talking all the veterans on the team came out and said it, that's a huge deal on a football team whenever you're having veterans talking about a rookie quarterback. I know he's older. I understand that he's more mature than a lot of the younger quarterbacks.
That helps him. Helps him
Big
though.
time. Big
That
time.
helped him out. That's not a bad thing.
It ended up being perfect for New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's a perfect fit, perfect everything. I know we were talking crap about him before the season because of that pass and camp, rightfully so. But he ended up turning around, and we got a steal.
We got a
so
steal
I'm
because
happy
of
about
that
it.
right there. Because of that sideways wiggle pass, they got a steal. I mean, it's looking good right now. What was his record?
Yep.
Was he 4-5 or
5-4?
5-4. 5-4.
Yeah.
He played well. I mean, threw for what 20 how many yards? 20 something 100 yards. You know what I mean? So I mean, they're talking. Like I said, there was conversations of Tyler Shook of the Saints in the Rookie of the Year conversation. It's 9 games. I mean, that right there to me is kind of like you're almost. If he would have went for like 3,500, 3,700,
right.
you know, I mean, it would have been a little bit different. But he would have had to go crazy for me to be like, okay, if he played for Denver, I'd probably feel the same way you feel. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, yeah, he should be Rookie of the Year.
Well, I still think it's between two people, in my opinion. I think the only reason I say that is because he's still a dark horse to win it at this point. That's just what they're saying.
You're gonna overlook Dart
and all that
crap.
You're
gonna overlook Dart.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not even looking at Dart.
Dart got 24
I'm looking at two
touchdowns, 5
people. I don't care.
interceptions.
I'm looking at two people. I'm looking at Shook because of his winning, and everybody was talking about him recently, not at the beginning. This is a lot of recency bias that you have in voting sometimes. So I do see that maybe playing a factor, but McMillan should win. The receiver from Carolina, he should win.
Cam Ward gets no love. Cam Ward gets no love.
I don't think Cam Ward should win it, and the reason I'm saying that is because you can't really tell yet with him. Like I watched one full game with him. Don't get me wrong. I watched highlights of it and all the other stuff. The one full game I saw was against the Saints, and it was one of the best football games I've seen all year.
It was a good game.
He's very good. It's unfair to him because of how bad his team is.
Yeah,
you can't give him the award.
His number one receiver. I know you can't give it. I wouldn't give it to him either. I don't think he played good enough to get it either.
I think McMillan should win. Basically, I told you earlier, his team's in the playoffs. Like he's a major role in them going to the playoffs. I know they're terrible and they shouldn't be there anyway.
Yeah,
but still,
they're the only ones in the play. I mean, really, when you look at it, I mean, what do you think about somebody, man? Like, what do you think about? Just to kind of add you into Carson Swessinger. Yeah, I know he's the defensive player, and it always kind of goes to like, Rookie of the Year is going to go to probably like, he's going to probably win defensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, but then there's going to be like a.
I think Carson Swessinger, he's good. He's a really good. I like my guy though. Emin Worry. I think he had a really good second half of the season, but Schlesinger, he's on a team that's always on defense so much that his stats, I think, are.
I don't know. I don't know if I can. I mean, you're right, but you think about it like this though. Look at where Myles Garrett did with the breaking the sack record. They said he only had like 400 and something like snaps. Maybe it was just because they were just passing snaps too, though, that he was eligible for versus the other two guys had like 600. I think TJ Ward had like 600. I mean, TJ what's his name?
TJ Watt.
TJ Watts. He only had like 600 something, and then Strahan had like 500 and something snaps that was eligible for him to. So I mean, I don't know, but just to get a lot of tackles on a sorry team, I guess that's a accomplishment too. I guess within itself, but
it's like he's getting them, but it's just like I feel like Worry with the way he was playing, like he was blocking field goals, he's getting sacks, he's playing the nickel, he's playing like all over the place, he's playing linebacker some games, him as a Swiss Army knife, I feel like was very valuable. It's more valuable in the sense of you're a great defender, but it's not, I get how defensive rookie of the year, the stats aren't going to put it up for him, but
and you guys weren't expected to really do what you did. So that probably played a huge role in that, because the Seahawks season was unexpected, man. That, you know what I mean? Like super. So I don't, not to you maybe, but to the rest of the world, no one else thought. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I thought you guys were in a rebuilding year. Yeah. I thought this was like, oh, let's see what happens with Sam Darnold. He's gonna be, he's got the 3-year contract. Is it 3 years? Gave him the bread. Let's just see what he can do.
Yeah, and we did this with, we had 0 all-pro defensive players. That's just how much everyone did something. I think we had the most players on a team with 1 sack. Like, I think out of every team, I think we have like 10 or 11 players with 1 sack on the team. Like,
who's your major sack guy on the team?
I think it's Leonard. I think it's Leonard Williams, but DeMarcus Lawrence been going crazy for us. Yeah. I think Byron Murphy, that's that gravity that he had. That's the reason why we picked up older defensive like pass rushers. Is just because he gets double teamed so much that makes everyone able to get something. That's why everyone thinks Byron Murphy's having a breakout year. His rookie year, he's having double teams. Now with all this extra stuff, we're going crazy.
So before we start, I mean, on the playoff games, because that's where we're at right now. I mean, you can't add those into those are like postseason kind of accolades. They're not for the season. So let's go ahead and say, who do you guys think should win defensive rookie of the year? I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there. LT, who you think? I know this is unexpected. I know I just threw this on you guys. They weren't ready for this question right here.
Rookie of the year on the defensive side. It's got to be the guy from what's his name on Cleveland?
Schlesinger.
To me, it's got to be. I don't think it's particularly close on that one. Yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody else, but
there's really nobody who. I mean, there's people, but he got like 50 more tackles than the next closest guy, and he didn't even play the last game, And so he has like 2.5 sacks, a couple interceptions on the year. He's played well.
Oh yeah,
played really, really well, man.
Games I've watched, he's looked real well. He's looked really solid.
Tough guy, warrior. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched him play. I'm like, okay, this kid right here got something. So man, who you got?
Yeah, I think it will be him. I just don't think he's the best defensive player in this class, but I think it will be him though. Yeah.
Respectable. I mean, you got to look at your team.
He had crazy stats.
Yeah, your team is good too. His team is horrible. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so. But I'm gonna go with Schlesinger as well. That's somebody who I think he's gonna probably win it too. I don't see anybody else who just shined like that. They'd had a kid come out, put up 14, 15 sacks or something like that. You might have to look at him, but nobody else really did that. Man, who do you think is going to be the offensive rookie of the year this year?
Now, for offensive rookie of the year, I don't think McMillan's like a guarantee. I think Travion Henderson, the Patriots dude, he's had, I think he had 900 rushing yards, 200 receiving yards. That's 1,100 yards in itself. He had like 10 touchdowns.
On the number 1 seed.
It's 10 touchdowns. I think he's probably the major runner in it. That's who I got. But if offensive guards were to get it, my guy Gray Zabel only allowed 2 sacks. Only had 5 penalties. Gray Zabel, if guards was allowed to be in this, then he'd be up there.
Okay. LT.
Hey, like I was telling you before the show, man, I do think this is a year that if there was a lineman to win it, this is the year. Nobody's really solidified themselves from a skill position wise to me.
Not really.
I think there's been a couple of high moments for some players. Maybe some recency bias comes into effect. I mean, I'm a Saints fan, so I'm very biased.
We all know who you want to say. Just say it, man.
I want it to be Tyler Shough, but if I'm being realistic, right, realistic-wise, for the first half of the season, you got to go with the tight end from the Colts.
Warren.
I can't think of his name. Warren. Fantastic player right there, making big catches, big time plays. I thought he played fantastic. You kind of see his numbers dip, so he didn't continue. Then you see the same thing with McMillan. His numbers were great, and then all of a sudden you see that dip at the end of the season to where he got, I think, 10 yards in the last game, and then 6 in the game before that. So there's a lot of fall off while you're having this guy Shook come in and just kind of take over things at the end of the season for the rookie class. And a big name ability, plus that's who everybody's talking about right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to Shook. Do I think they should? Probably not. He's only played half the season. To me, that's not right. And that's a Saints fan telling you that. I just think recency bias, you're probably going to see Shook win it. And if not, McMillan should win it.
When I look at the situation, I'm like, I think that McMillan should win it too. But when you really look at the numbers, man, 1,000 yards is becoming like less and less valuable than what it used to be. Because before you think you can get like 63 yards a game in 16 games, and that's it's not saying that's not like chopped liver or nothing like that, but you could get that. Now you're just diluted that even further by adding another game. Now, if you look at Shook's numbers, man, this dude had a 67 percent completion percentage, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He put up over 2,000 yards. I mean, 2,300 yards, almost 2,400. That's not to dilute his numbers. Almost 2,400 yards in 9 games. And you have to look at the first few games are really just getting your feet underneath you. You're really kind of figuring out what's going on.
He didn't find it to the last 4.
Yeah, and he I mean, and after that, pretty much he's going for 250 and above, 300-yard games. Multi-touchdown games. He had 3 multi-touchdown games. He played great. Don't get me wrong. He's played great. He's shown you what it is, kind of what you're looking for. Out of all the rookie quarterbacks of the class, he's shown the best out of all of them, by far. Not this. I mean, if you look at the totality of a season, you got to look at Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart still put up 2,700 yards, 24 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. He probably started 14 games, so he had plenty of chances to throw interceptions, and he didn't. He's probably had more rushing touchdowns, I would assume, probably than any other rookie as well, too, because he ran the ball a lot.
Yeah.
But so you kind of have to give him that look as well. But I think that just stats bearing people who have played the entire season, you got to kind of look at McMillan. He put up 1,000 yards, as a wide receiver. I mean, he and his team did make the playoffs. I like the fact that you brought that up, but I really don't. I mean, it'd be different if it was a quarterback or something like that, and if it was like his team barely made the playoffs. It'd be different if it were like Tyler Shook. He made the playoffs. His team, he brought his team won enough games to do it. That would look different to me than you going 8 and 9 or something like that. Limping into somebody had to make the playoffs from your division.
Which is a good point to make too, because that's a good reason that the guy from New England could win right there. You're talking about a number 2 seed at that point, and he's a major role on the 2 seed team coming in as a rookie. So that's a big deal too. So
more total yards than McMillan.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that I could see winning it, but I just think they're going to give it to somebody like McMillan, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be probably. I would look at it like it'll be Dart, McMillan, or Shook.
Yeah,
it'll be one of them because it's like
highlight real names.
Yeah. You're gonna want to pump somebody up to kind of like
especially
give
Dart,
somebody,
especially Dart too.
Yeah, and because right now, that's kind of how I see it with Dart too. I mean, I think they're truly trying to pump that team up. I mean, that's probably a good landing spot for like a Harbaugh or somebody like that. In my eyes, I mean, it's a. It has the allures. The Giants is New York first of all.
Not Stefanski.
Do you think so? I don't think he's very good, man. I don't think he's a very good coach. I just don't. I know he's won two Coach of the Year awards and all that, but that's a high power. They actually could have a high powered offense over there.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like they got the 3rd pick in the draft or something like that. Like. You already got Neighbors coming back this year. You got Wendell Robinson, the wide receiver. You got he's 1,000-yard receiver this year. Neighbors is normally going to give you 13, 14, whatever he's going to give you. So you got 2,000. They have to re-sign, I think, Robinson this year, but whatever you need to do, franchise him. However, you got Scadaboo coming back, from injury. Your defense is looking good. Really, your defense is ready to go damn near. I think they had a guy on their team, Brian something or something like that, who had like 13.
Brian Burns.
13, 14 sacks, somewhere in the nature. I mean, if you go out, you can go out and just put pieces around him now. You don't have to get any wide receivers. You don't need them, so you can go you either put offensive lineman, or a defender, or get another defensive player if you really want to. Go get a killer if you want to on defense and throw him out there. Whatever you want to do.
Cornerback, you just need a cornerback or something. Yeah, cornerback.
And get a coach who understands. Basically, the other Harbaugh went in and he had Herbert, who is just he basically he neutered him to a degree, took his throwing out of his hands and said, you know what, we're going to run the ball. That's all he has to do with Jackson Dart. Minimize the the plays where he can mess up the game for you. But he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions already. He already shown efficiency and make sure he's going to bring back Neighbors. I mean, I don't think he got a chance to play with Neighbors at all this year. I don't think he did. I think Neighbors got hurt early in the season.
Yes.
Probably in the first game. Was it like the first game or something like that, or second game in the season?
It was sometime early.
You know what I mean? He didn't get a chance to play with him. He's going to get a killer back. So that's just me. I think that might be, I would rather have if I could get Harbaugh, I'm getting him. I'm not getting Stefanski. I'm going to get the coach everyone's going to respect. They ran Stefanski out of town. Harbaugh just got, you know what I mean? Harbaugh kind of like,
he's been there 20 years.
Yeah, he showed loyalty too. That's why I heard he got fired, because he didn't want to fire one of his staff. He said he wouldn't fire one of his staff, and so they fired you and him. Everybody got fired. You know what I mean? That's all there's to it.
He's a good coach too, man.
Yeah,
he's a really good coach.
Yeah, he's the type of person you
find
want.
A job immediately.
Easily.
Would you
there's
want
too many openings?
Yeah, there's way too many. I think there's like 7 openings right now in the league.
I like what you were saying though, more and more with Vegas.
That $100 million.
I like that.
I think it'd be a good look for him too. I think it's a bigger rebuild for him. I'm not sure if he's. I don't know what his age is and if he wants to like get into that. But I think he has a quarterback that's going to listen to him. I don't think he has a prima donna. I don't think Lamar is either. But I think he's becoming more and more of one right now. Are they trying to make him out to be that? Either one, you know what I mean? You got the grill. He's a star now. Lamar is a star. You know what I mean? At this point in his life, he wasn't like that when he got drafted 30-something in the draft. He kind of came in, put his head down, and got to work. I think you go in, you get him in Mendoza, and you got a lot of pieces you can start with right there. It's going to take a while, but let's go ahead and get into this playoffs, man. You know what I mean? We got a pretty interesting playoff. Few playoff games this week coming up here, man. What do you guys think about the Rams and the Panthers, man? LA Rams versus Carolina Panthers. LT.
Yeah, Rams should win this. And there's a 10.5 point spread on this game for a reason. It's because they should pound them. But at the same time, Panthers are a decent team at home, man. I've been saying this all season. They're a different team when they're playing at their home field. So, and the Rams haven't played very great recently. They've been kind of on the decline now. I know they're getting somebody back healthy on the receiving core, right?
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, so we should be good. So we should be good going out here. So I think they're going to win it. This shouldn't be close, in my opinion. It really shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't.
It's a big difference in rosters. If you kind of line them up side by side, Panthers are not going to score a lot of points in this game. It's going to be ugly. I think it could get ugly very quickly.
Man.
It should have been close last time they played, but this game, I think the Rams would win. I think it's just going to be so good for the game 3. So it's like I think some like theatrically, for the theatrics, they're gonna have the Rams no matter what.
Like
win
6 points.
Yeah. It's just gonna be. It's just like the Rams versus Seahawks number 3. Part 3 is just gonna be the biggest game we ever seen. So because they're both games were like game of the year worthy.
Oh yeah.
So they're gonna definitely want us to do that. But they already lost to the Panthers, so it's just like, are they really? But yeah, it's a throwaway game, really. The Rams is gonna win. And if it's a close game, they're gonna throw some extra flags in there for them because they're gonna need to.
Yeah, they want the Rams.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch the Panthers play.
It'll be the game. It'll be game of the year if Rams and Hawks play again. So that's what everybody's thinking about. That's got nothing to do with this game.
I'm like, when I look at these numbers, man, for the Rams team, man, that's just it's crazy. 4,700 yards for Matthew Stafford, man. 4,700 passing yards for Matthew Stafford. He got 46 touchdown passes, man. 8 interceptions. That's it. Then you got your running back coming in the game, Williams, 1,200 rushing yards. You know what I mean? Hold up, Puka Nacua, 1,700 yards, bro. You know what I mean? Adams only had he missed 2 games. He would have probably went over 1,000 yards. He had 789 yards, 14 touchdowns. I mean, when you look at this team, bro, I mean, there's not a lot. And they got a secondary running back too that had over 700 yards, almost 750 yards. Corum, you know, so I don't see. It's going to be hard for anybody to deal with this team offensively. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just going up against their offense, it's going to be tough, man. I don't think this is going to be a give me game. So the Panthers who's playing at home? I think the Panthers are at home.
They're at home. They're the 4th seed, yeah.
But I just thought Matthew Stafford's a different monster, man. This is crazy. He almost put up 5,000 yards, bro. He's 40 years old.
He's not even all-pro first team. That's crazy.
That's nuts to me.
That's insane.
Absolutely crazy.
Drake May was all-pro first team.
I get it.
Drake May put up crazy numbers too, though.
I don't know.
I get it from the. I get it. I know what they're doing.
They put up crazy numbers too, though. I mean, he's the next coming. That's what they're trying to show. The next coming, and he won more games. He won more games than he did, and it was close enough in yards. It wasn't like far. I think he put up
a way tougher division.
Yeah, that's what did it for me. I thought Stafford won. I still think Stafford wins MVP.
Strength of schedule.
The division he's in.
Strength of schedule.
That is nuts. You're going against Dolphins and Jets twice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
strength of schedule by far, because you look at it like this: the weakest schedules in the league were the Patriots and the Broncos. We had the two. Those are the 2 weakest schedules in the league. It kind of and basically the 2 best teams when you look at them when it comes as far as record. In regards to record, that's what you see right there. So it does reflect in that right there. So let's go ahead and we all kind of know who we're picking, but let's go ahead and spin the block on this one. LT, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with the No, I'm kidding. I'm going with the Rams.
man.
Yeah, that division has the Rams in a chokehold, but I got the Rams.
They really do, man.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams as well too, man. Next game we got the Green Bay Packers, and we got the Chicago Bears, man. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and start with you because you did pick the Bears. I mean, it was a dark horse pick at the beginning of the season.
That was a good pick, man.
You know what I mean? No one I didn't believe it. I was like
that
Bears. You know, the Bears. But this day, Caleb Williams, I mean, you know, he kind of came through. He did his thing this year, man.
Yeah, I was looking at the stats. Their defense has really not been that good. Like, other than being turnover machines, you know, leading interception stuff, they allow a lot of yards. They allow a lot of everything, you know. And the offense has been the one carrying them. They had, I think, 2 all-pro offensive linemen on their team, and I think that's basically all they got to show for the year they've had is they picked up a lot of, you know, offensive things. So I think the Packers, their team's so done. You know, Michael Parsons is not there. Yeah. It's just that they're just not even a good team anymore. And I think that's the reason why they will lose. And the Bears is going to take it. And the Bears have never been there before, so that's what's going to hurt me.
It's a tough one, though, too. You never know how Caleb might respond. He does some dumb stuff. I mean, didn't they lose last week, too? They just lost last week. Yeah, it just looked bad. But he looked bad. He missed it. They had a shot. He was in a shotgun. The ball goes through his hands. I mean, he could end up doing something like this game. That's how. But go ahead, though, LT. I ain't gonna.
You know, they're playing at home. They're playing the Packers. Rivalry game. First round of the playoffs. The crowd's gonna be bumping because they haven't seen their team this good in quite some time. Look, I know you said that they allow a lot of yards, right? I get that. I agree with you 100%. But they allow a lot of yards between the 20s. Okay, they don't let people finish a lot of drives. Everybody has that Steeler syndrome is what I'm going to start calling it once they get inside of the red zone against this team. So I do think that the Packers are going to have a lot of trouble scoring points on this team. I know Love is decent. I'm still not a fan. I don't think what's his name is he who's playing in this one? Is it Love or the other guy?
Yeah, Love's playing. I think Love's playing.
Love's playing. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him anyway. So I don't think he's going to do much against this D. I do think the offense of the Bears is better than people think.
Love's playing.
Williams is different. Okay, you don't know if you're going to get a great quarterback one day or a terrible one, but there is no real in-between level with him. But I do think even at his worst, they can still beat the Packers right now because the Packers are reeling. Like I said, they have no leadership right now. It looks like they just look like they're kind of going through the motions on the field. And I really don't think the Bears can run down their throat if they want to right now from what I've seen. So I do think that's going to be what the key to success in this game is, really just controlling the tempo, controlling the clock, running the ball up and down the field, just really grinding it out. You're probably going to see a 5-6 point game out of this one. It should be a close game. It's a divisional game. For some reason, Green Bay is favored, which I think is hilarious at this point in time. Yeah. But yeah, I got the Bears winning this one.
It looks like the Cowboys won that trade.
Big time. And the Cowboys looked a lot better as the season went on. I agree with you.
Yeah. Caleb Williams was going to be was the first quarterback in Bears history to go for 4,000 yards. He just barely missed out on that one. The one thing that I see the glaring hole.
They've had such good quarterbacks, man. I just
Good deal. Yeah, probably our next best one was like
Jay Cutler.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Rex Grossman.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they have nobody. Orton. Didn't they have Kyle Orton for a while too? Wasn't that his claim to fame over there? So I mean, I look at him, but the big glaring mark on his report card to me is the completion percentage.
Yeah,
it's 58%, man. There's just no way. Like for you to have gotten almost 4,000 yards, that means you just have to just throw the ball so much. You know what I mean? So how many downs did I lose because of you not being able to complete the passes? When I look at a person, I'll bring up Tyler Shoop again, rookie, 67, completion percentage. You look at even Stafford, 65. That's where you that sweet spot is 63 and up. That's where you those 5 points matter. Agreed. At the end of the day, and that's what I kind of look at him like. He's more of a gunslinger. They win games to me. I don't know if they're going to be able to win a close game. I don't know if he has that in him. He's a gamer. Don't get me wrong. He ain't soft. He get out there and play when it's time to play, but I just don't know about this team right here. So at the same time, the Packers look horrible. They've been looking bad all season too. And Love's been out. Like the last 2-3 games at least. He hasn't played, and they just none of their players look that great. There's nothing on their team that looks at all, So at the end of the day here, me personally, I'm gonna probably go with the Bears on this one, just because. But let's go ahead and spin the block and see what you guys think about this, man.
Yeah, I got the Bears. I've been going with them. I gotta
go with the team.
Rock it out, huh?
Gotta go.
LT.
Hey, that was a hell of a pick, by the way.
It was, man. Out of nowhere.
I did not see this coming at all from them.
I don't think anybody did.
I don't think they're the second best team in the NFC. Don't get it twisted. But
I don't either.
I get it. No I think the Bears win this one in a close game, divisional rivalry. It's going to be close, but the crowd's going to be pumped, man. Green Bay is going to have a lot of trouble.
Ooh. Yeah, I got the Bears as well, man. Let's go on to the next game, man. We got the wild card game against the Bills against the Jags. Buffalo Bills against the Jags, man. LT, what you think about this game?
All right. So the AFC is so hard. It's so hard because the NFC is top loaded, in my opinion, right? And you have kind of a nice defensive stunt throughout the entirety. You look at this AFC bracket, man. I mean, Jaguars Bills is a hell of a first round matchup.
That is a great game. Okay? That's a good game.
It's a great football game. This
Crazy.
This should be a shootout, in my opinion. And personally, I think the Jaguars defense is better than the Bills. Okay.
Yep,
and they're playing at home. This is a big deal going into the playoffs. A lot of these home teams should have the upper hand in a lot of these cases. This is another one of those. I think this is kind of a down year for the Bills too.
Yeah.
Allen hasn't really looked his greatest at times. I think you're going to see him come out and have another one of those games to where they try to put it on his back and he just can't do it. I don't think he really, like I said, offensively, they're fine, man. Defensively, I do not trust this team at all. I've seen, what did we see? Lamar score 49 on him early in the season. He was banged up. I mean, you've seen people put 40 plus on him multiple times this year.
Yeah.
I think you could see that very, very easily in this game.
Almost lost to the Browns.
I think Jaguars win. Plus, Trevor Lawrence, man. Listen, that dude, he's been playing really, really solid football. Not great, solid. He's been playing solid football.
Hey, I would have say a couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't even have looked at the Jacksonville Jaguars kind of the same way, like a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden they just crept out of nowhere. But man.
Yeah, I mean, the Jaguars is looking real nice. The thing about the Bills is that Josh Allen's not their best player no more.
Nope.
James Cook led the league in rushing yards.
That's real.
He led the league in rushing yards. So it's like, okay, so if Josh Allen's your second best player, are you mad at your team? That's a That's a squad. You're talking about the MVP of last year is the second best player on your team. I think the Bills is still right there. That's what 13-win team. Both these teams got 13 wins.
This is such a good game.
Yeah, this is a monster game.
Are they both got 13? Or do they? Or one of them's 12-5? I'm not sure.
I think they both got 13.
Okay,
y'all got to check for me, but yeah, I think they both got 13. I think the Bills. I think Josh Allen won't let it happen, but I think James Cook won't let it happen too. I think because that's their new head, and I like that team. I like the Bills better for this game.
The Bills got 12 wins on this one right here. But it's the
12?
same thing. Basically, it's 12 and 13. There's no real difference. One game.
They literally are the same level.
The same.
I love it.
That's crazy.
I think you made the best point right there. One of the best points right there when you said James Cook. When I looked at I'm looking over the stats, I'm like, Josh Allen didn't have a very good year. He only threw for 3,600 yards. I know that's like only 36, but he's Josh Allen. He's supposed to be 44. You're a 43 to 4,400 yard person per year, but he doesn't have any receivers. But who do we always say this about? And they always made it happen. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. That's one of those dudes who he can put a team on his back and he's going to make it happen. This is almost looking to me almost like Elway when he had, not to bring up the Broncos. This is like Elway when he had Terrell Davis. Like he might carry you through this, and then I can just make plays where I need to because he got 1,600 yards, man. He only got 12 touchdowns on the season. He does his receiving core. He only had his top receiver is Shakur, and he only had 719 yards. It's not like he doesn't have any weapons. They're going to have to go out and draft some people or pick up a free agent. He's not like that to be able to do that with nothing. They could have been a much better team, but they don't have those pieces. But when you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, he lost his top pick in Hunter. Not too early in the season, but early enough to where he really didn't have him as a weapon out there, and he still went out and made it happen. Trevor Lawrence threw for over 4,000 yards, man. I thought Trevor Lawrence was basically a bust.
I thought he was done.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, Trevor Lawrence, he's hurt every year. Nobody ever sees him. He never shows up in his time.
Like I said, just a solid year.
Yeah,
solid, not great, solid.
Etienne, he got over 1,100 yards. You know what I mean? He doesn't have any huge receivers, but he got a few of them that's 800, 700 range.
Jacoby
this
Myers,
team right here, I don't. It didn't really impress me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that they were after they came out hot. And then they lost a couple games. I forgot about them. I kind of threw them on the back burner. We would damn near spin the block on their games. Like, oh man, spin the block.
I think we did every time. Yeah,
we forgot this team.
Never had nothing good to say about them.
13. They won 13 games. That surprised me. I think it was like when they got up to 10. I was like, they got 10
with
wins?
Big wins. They've had some big wins this year.
I don't want to talk about all that.
I know you don't.
Man.
I still don't
like
that. I want
to have that conversation, man.
Again, I don't like them too much,
Manila.
but they are a team that could really kind of the way it's set up.
They whooped us like the Thriller Manila, brother. I'm gonna keep it real. I was like, I
was watching.
Bo Nix tried to come back, like he came out there like he was gonna come do something. Man, nah, they wasn't going for that. And you can't do that with everybody. And this is one of the teams you cannot do that with. You get behind this team right here, and I don't even know who play on their defense. That's why I'm like, man, I don't even know who's on your team.
Josh Hines Allen. That's the only one I know.
They came out playing ball. They're not playing, and they for real, man. And it's somebody. I'm like, so yeah, I'm definitely. That's a tough game. I'm going to go with Josh Allen because I'm going to go with Josh Allen. I'm one of them type of cats. I'm like, okay, you got to beat the king sometimes. And right now, he's a big dog, but they ain't playing like big dogs. But this team could very well. I know any team can win at any given time. But if anybody's going to beat them right now, I'm looking at Jacksonville to be a team other than Denver Broncos, of course, that could knock them out right now. And that might be an early exit for Josh Allen, man. Let's go ahead and spin the block on this one. LT, who you got?
I'm done doubting them now. I'm going Jags.
Man.
I'm still doubting them. I'm going Bills. Absolutely. I can't. I really don't like the Jaguars team.
I know.
Yeah. I'm going Bills only because of Josh Allen, man. I just don't. I'm like, man, you ain't Trevor Lawrence. If he comes out and he wins this game, it might be a different situation. I might have to look at
Trevor needs this game. Trevor Lawrence absolutely.
It solidifies him. It's a marquee win versus one of the big dogs, and he can put his name up there now and say, you know what? I knocked out. I mean, anybody knocked out Josh Allen
when they draft.
What did I miss? Yeah,
this is what they were.
And this, I think this is like his first. I think it's probably his first 4,000 yard season he's had. I mean, 13 wins, man, out of nowhere like this. It was crazy to me, man. But let's go ahead and move on to the next game, man. We got the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a big game. I ain't gonna. This is probably. I know we said there's some other big games. We said the Rams and the Panthers, but man,
I'm excited.
Niners and the Eagles.
I'm very excited.
This might be the game of the week, man. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't see nobody else on here that's saying.
There's one other game that's gonna be real good, but this one's gonna be real good.
No, I'm not trying to say the games won't. Which one are you thinking? Which one other game?
I think the only other game that's really on this level, in my opinion, is Patriots Chargers.
I got you. I can't even front on that one.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a close game. You know what I mean? It's such a good game.
And it's our next game, but it's a battle of two quarterbacks, and it's like it's almost like not a changing of the guard because Herbert really hasn't put himself in that conversation. Yeah, throwing a bunch of yards, but you haven't won.
But it's another quarterback that really needs it, right? So we'll talk about that one. Yeah.
But hey, man, I'm gonna start with you on this. We know you're gonna come out with hey. I'm just playing with you, brother.
I'm level-headed. I'm a level-headed guy. You know, I like to keep it both ways.
Okay.
You know,
I like the Niners ain't winning this game.
Non-biased opinion. I'm just saying you got to beat the champs. That's all I think. You know,
I feel that.
The Eagles is a team where it's like they have so many great players, so many strong positions, and they don't really have injury problems.
Yeah, that's
I think literally if you were to tell if you guys were to tell me like what are the Niners better at? The only thing I could tell you is they have better coaching. And it's like if you get out coached, and that's the reason why you lose in this game, which is very possible. They got a better running back right now, but
I understand. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you.
Yeah, I know they got a better running back right now, but I just still think Saquon, and I think that still could go both ways. I think the Niners really need to find a receiver other than Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall is injured every single. I know last year it wasn't an injury. He got shot or something, but you know, it's like I feel like
he get popped.
Yeah. I feel like he's always hurt.
They gotta have somebody active, right? They gotta
have
somebody that's active.
And I think George Kittle, when he played last week against us, when he played against us, I don't think he was healthy. He only had like 1 week of rest, and then he played against us. He didn't do nothing. So I was like, okay, this is not George Kittle we're playing. I don't think when we played the Niners, I don't think that was the Niners. I think that was just what they could muster up. You know, the team that the Eagles are going to play is going to be the Niners. You know, Trent Williams is going to play, Ricky Pearsall is going to play, George Kittle is going to play, but are they all going to be fully healthy? Fred Warner wants to play.
He said Fred Warner wants to play, huh? That's crazy.
Their team is dead still, but they trying to push something, you know. But only way the Eagles lose is if they get out coached, and I just don't think that's just gonna happen. And yeah, I got the Eagles.
LT,
I do see them getting out coached. First of all, phenomenal season for the 49ers. I'm going to start there. There's no reason they should be where they're at.
Coach of the year.
There is no reason they should be in this position, period. Losing as many key players as you have, a starting quarterback.
You lost everything.
You lost everything.
Yeah, you did.
Every key position you lost this season at one point. And we've even talked about it. I'm pretty sure we started week 4 being like, well, the drop-off's coming, so we can't really talk about them.
I said it every single week.
And here they are. They just keep finding ways, right? And that has to do with – that's coaching. 100% coaching. So coach of the year, easy.
Next man up. Come on, man.
Yeah. I love their mentality, and I think they're a much better put together team as far as like cohesiveness. When you look, they want to play for each other, man. And the Eagles, if one thing goes wrong in this game,
they fall apart.
One thing goes wrong, the Eagles are going to fall apart instantly. And 49ers are that team that are going to pounce on that.
Yeah.
So I think that's what you're going to see happen. I think you're going to see Hurts maybe fumble or throw an interception early. Then the 49ers are going to bounce, man. I think this is that game where the 6 beats the 3. I think they're going to beat the defending champs. I don't think they're as good as they were. Don't get me wrong, they're not a bad football team. I do think they deserve to be there, very much a number 3 seed. But no, I don't think they win this game. I think the 49ers are going to ride something high. I know they played like crap last week, but that was against the best team in the league. Besides that, obviously, there's an argument for who the best team in the league is with you two. But I do think they played the best team in the NFC, obviously, in the Seahawks last week, and they just looked like abysmal trash. So I don't see that happening twice. I guarantee you the coaching staff went in there and whipped their ass this week. You're going to see a much different, probably healthier football team too. And they're going to come together. Absolutely. They're going to win this game at the Eagles, which means they get to go to or I'm sorry, they get to go to the Rams the next week. So let's do it.
Told
you it's about to get crazy in the NFC. NFC is about to be nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. This is a hard pick for me as well too. But I gotta say, I'm gonna keep true to my word. You got to beat the king. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna be like that when it comes down to it. You have to beat the king, man. You know, at the end of the day, I see the Niners. They're looking good. They got Christian McCaffrey. You know, he's doing his thing over there. They got a few other players. They got Jennings. They got Pearsall. I mean, who knows how? Like you say, how healthy he's going to be. But you're beat up, man. You're beat up, and you're going up against a team with 2,000-yard receivers on their team. Even though Hurts he only threw for 3,200 yards. It's like, man, it just really did nothing. I mean, you got 1,100 yards out of Saquon Barkley. He really didn't do anything this year. I mean, not in comparison to what he did last year. Let's just say that at least. He was a non-factor as much as he was last year. But you still got to beat the king, man. And I feel like how beat up the Niners are, it's going to be very difficult for them to overcome a team that's with that much pride. Yeah, I know the Niners come out and play with pride. Their defense is just, I mean, that defensive coach, man, he probably should win coach of the year as far as defense. They got
their whole coaching staff.
Everybody.
I mean,
everybody.
It's either gonna be him or Vrabel. It's really gonna be either Vrabel because I know that they had such a bad record last year. Even though they've had a weak schedule, they're trying to paint. You know how they got Kraft. He's gonna go to bat for his guy. He's make sure that he puts his bid in for his guy. But I got to go with the Eagles on this one right here, man. I really can't. I mean, I just have to. Not because of if the Niners had their full team. It's a different ball game. This different ball game. I'm not the same conversation at all. But they don't have Bosa, they don't have Fred Warner, they don't have who knows how everyone's questionable. You go down their list, all their best players are questionable. That means you're hurt still. That means pretty much you're coming in this game, you're playing off heart pretty much. So I got to go with the Eagles on this one. Go ahead and spin the block on this, man. Man.
Yeah, I despise the Niners, and I really think this is a great year for them, and they just did everything they're supposed to do. I think they should get coach of the year. I think they should get coach of the year. Their team this is the best coaching I've ever seen in my life. My whole life, I've never seen coaching this well.
And we said this weekly, by the way.
Yes,
we've all said this week.
I told you guys every single week that they suck, and they're done. They're done every single week.
They pulled it off.
And they didn't just win. They had how many wins do they got? They got a lot of wins.
At least 11 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah,
they got 12 wins, man. So that means you guys had 3 teams with over 12. I think the Rams had over 12 wins. 3 teams, man. Your division is crazy. That is
goodness. That is a
ridiculous division right there.
Standing coaching job. I think that's the best I've ever seen. But I got the Eagles.
LT.
Sorry, I said it wrong earlier. I think the 49ers win, and I think they go to the Seahawks.
You think the Niners are gonna
I think Niners upset them. They're going to be the lowest seed remaining, and they're going to be going to see the Seahawks.
That's crazy, man. Like I said, man, you got to. In my book,
I know because the Seahawks could beat them. I think the Seahawks would beat them pretty handily.
The Niners, I think so too. But if the Seahawks beat them, so we're saying that the Eagles could do the same thing. I mean, the Seahawks would do the same thing to the Eagles. Then
I think the Seahawks would beat everybody in the NFC except for. I think the best game is the Rams and the Seahawks.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you that one too, man. I came in front on that one right there. So yeah, me personally, man, I'm gonna take the Eagles on this one just because, like I said, man, you gotta beat the king. Until you, especially with a banged up team like that. And I wouldn't even be mad if you lost this game, Niners. I'm not even gonna say, you shouldn't get coach of the year and everything else. No, man, you've been beat up this whole season. Your whole team's beat up. You know what I mean? Ayuk then went ahead and said, F the 120 million, man. You can give him money. I don't even want the paycheck no more. I want to go see how his bank account is doing. Like, you must be balling.
He's got the fastest CTE I ever seen in my life.
Man, he's crazy.
the youngest to catch it up.
Personality.
Hey, some people he probably really, I ain't gonna say, he probably really like medically, you know what I'm saying? For real, I guarantee you. Probably. You know how people be like, we don't really know what's really going on. Look at Aaron Hernandez. We didn't know what Aaron Hernandez was back then. We thought he was just a regular player. This cat out here, he got multiple bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be like, you never know, man. But yeah. Next game we got, man. Got the San Diego Chargers. We got the LA Chargers versus New England Patriots, man. LT, man.
I like San Diego Chargers better To be honest with you.
Me too.
I'm never going to say LA Chargers.
It doesn't make
sense.
That. It doesn't make sense why they even moved them, man. It's just like,
No, big San. I'm gonna say San Diego. Screw all that. We're San Diego Chargers fans.
Let's stick with it.
Here's the thing.
I like it too.
Pats have had an amazing season. They're hosting game 1 against the Chargers, who have it's been a very Jekyll and Hyde type of season for the Chargers. I do think if the Chargers play at their potential, they can beat the Patriots, even if the Patriots play at their highest level. And the reason I say that is because if Herbert plays at his highest level, he is the better QB at this point.
Yep.
And I don't think anybody would dispute that, right? I mean, it's just the way it is.
No.
So I do think the Chargers can sneak into this and actually beat the Pats. And the reason I say that is because it's kind of like you get over anxious, overconfident, and things like that when you've had this type of season, thinking you're untouchable at times. And Foxborough that is a very precise place for this to happen because they've had dynasties and all that crap. So they think they're back. It's going to be a very, very tough game. It's going to be a very tough environment. I believe that's a 5 p.m. game. So that's the night game. That's 8 p.m. their time, 9 p.m. So that's literally late. It's going to be cold. Okay. Chargers may have some problems playing in that type of weather. I'm going to say the Pats win basically because of that. I do think this is going to be a very, very good football game, up and down, but I do think this is a defensive football game. There's not going to be a crap ton of points scored in this one. So if you're taking the over, I probably wouldn't. I do think the defenses are going to come in here and you're going to see more of a grinded out kind of opportunity with these two coaches. They like to run that style in these big type of games. So I do think this is going to be a low scoring game, but the Patriots should pull it out at home.
Man.
Yeah, man. I like the Chargers team a lot. I don't like Justin Herbert that much. I like everybody else around him.
Yeah.
Derwin James, he was an all-pro this year. He's one of the best safeties in the league. I think he's a great factor in their team. Where Drake May on the Patriots, he's the only all-pro on their team. I don't think he's an all-pro. I think Matthew Stafford should have been all-pro. And I don't like the Rams neither. I think our division's getting disrespected low key because the only all pros in our division is Jackson Smith and Jigba and Puka Nacua.
Which is wild. You got the 3 best teams in the NFC easy.
Yeah, so I'm like, I feel like we've been disrespected a little bit, but I think the Chargers team compared to the Patriots, only thing that makes me want the Patriots is that I just want that rematch back. I just want to run that back in the Super Bowl, but but I like the Chargers team way more. I think Derwin James and that Chargers defense, I think they can really make something happen if the Chargers really stick to the script and try to be a run team and try to fight through it and not try to long bomb the game. Like, how Justin Herbert, sometimes he tries to throw for 50, 60 yards. No, just do it tight and steady, make it a low scoring game. I think then the Chargers will get it. I think that's what's going to get the Chargers that win. I don't even look at the Patriots as a threat to the AFC.
He's got to be patient though, man. He's never patient. That's his problem. He wants the big play every freaking play.
Yeah.
And it's just,
He doesn't really have the weapons, man. If you really look at him, wide receivers, he has the wide receivers. I'm not talking about that, but there's no run. They don't have a run game. No run game is
exactly.
It's crap. But one thing I want to say, I've been listening to people talk about, Drake May. Don't get me wrong. I think Drake May is a good quarterback. And he went where he went from last year and say how fast he's turned it around. They went and put pieces around him and make him turn around. Stephon Diggs was a huge piece. You got to look at Stephon Diggs. I mean, he's basically catching the ball at 85% tact. He got 102 targets, 85 receptions, 1,000 yards, 11.9 average per catch. He's basically, so every game he's getting about 4 or 5 first downs for you. You know what I mean? That's huge. And he's a consistent, somebody you can throw the ball to, and he knows how to get open. He's a possession receiver. It's not like he's out here breaking huge catches for a bunch of yards, anything like that. I mean, and at the same time, then they went out and got Henderson. He's a rookie, if I'm correct. A rookie. He ran for 900 yards this year, 5.1 yards per carry. He did his thing. Drake May did put up almost 4,400 yards, 31 touchdowns. But to me, I think Stafford should win, MVP, but he probably won't. Only because like you said, I think LT alluded to this earlier when he saw see what they're trying to do. When he's by making him the all pro instead of Stafford the all pro. Like they're trying to bring in the next generation. They're trying to, pump him up. They can give him his first MVPs young. it's a super young MVP. You're damn near trying to do what you did with
Feels like
Mahomes.
a changing of the guard season.
Yeah, you know what I mean, to a degree here. But I mean, when I'm looking at Herbert's team, I mean, he has 3 good weapons on his team as far as receiving. He has nice receivers out there, but for some reason they don't tend to win those games when they need to win those games. And there's just and it's not like they can go to J.K. Dobbins like last year. They had somebody they can just run the ball or whatever. This year you don't have a running game right now. You don't have one, so it's a tough game to call. So I do think that Vrabel's a good coach, but I also think Harbaugh's a good coach. He's smart.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a tough game for me. But I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and say who y'all think first. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and spin the block. Man, who you got?
Yeah, I got the Chargers for this game. Harbaugh been to that Super Bowl. He's done a couple things, and I like that defense better. So I got the Chargers.
LT.
Hardest one for me to pick for the weekend, by the way. That's including the Eagles 49ers. I got the Pats in this one. It's razor thin.
Yeah, man. It's a tough one for me too, because you look at Herbert, you want to look at him like he's a vet. But I'm like, man, you're not a good vet. You're not one of the vets you can look at and be like, oh yeah, Herbert's gonna pull this out.
Question for you.
Go ahead.
If he loses this, where do they go from here?
They got to get a running back. You got to get. I'm not getting rid of her. I mean, he still put up 11 wins, whatever for you. He's still winning for you. He's not. What is he? 30 almost maybe or something like that around that age. He's still got time. You know what I mean, to pull it off. But you just got to go get a cold running back for him. You need to go get not cook, but a cook for him. You know what I mean? And then let him go ahead and fall back into the range where he only threw for. I don't think he even threw for 4,000 yards this year. He really didn't even have that kind of year this year. So I don't know. You look at was it Allen? He might leave too. So that means that's going to leave you without. You don't have a true number one receiver. You just have 3 good ones though. You got 3 people with good hands over there. So I don't know.
This is another game I feel like that the quarterback he needs this. Like it's kind of like what's his name, Trevor Lawrence over at the Jags.
Yeah.
Herbert needs this game
more than
Trevor Lawrence needs it too. He needs it more
I
than
agree
Trevor
with
Lawrence.
that. 100%.
I'm like, if I'm the Chargers, I wouldn't even want him no more.
But who else you gonna get? I mean,
anybody will take
the problem is he puts up the stats, he puts up the numbers, he puts up all the wow factors, and he's a highlight reel sometimes too, right? He's got these great, amazing plays, and he's a big name, so they're gonna keep him. But they gotta build around him.
I think about Harbaugh's teams with Frank Gore in them, and I'm just like he wants O-line, he wants running backs, he don't want.
Once he gets a dog at running back though, if he can go out and say, let me go pick up a cold running back for me. Let me go find something, even if he found something in the draft, who knows? Trade up, whatever you need to do. Find him a running back, so who can go get 1,300 a season, maybe a little bit more, 1,400 a season. And then let the dude throw where he needs to throw, and then kind of pick people apart that way, scare him so he gets a lot more one-on-ones. I mean, they can put the receivers around him. He really has a decent receiving core. I can't say that he doesn't. But man, it's a tough one for me. I'm gonna go with the Patriots though. You know what I mean, myself too, because it makes me kind of nervous to go with the Chargers. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with the Patriots, even though I think they're a young team. They really had to skate. They really skated to the playoffs the whole season. I'm gonna go with the Patriots on this one. Next game we got the Texans and we got the Steelers.
Whew, that is the easiest game ever.
LT.
I still don't trust the Texans. I don't care about the Texans at all. I'm not a fan, never have been. I hope they lose every game. But they don't. Obviously, they're the number 5 seed. Now the problem here is here's where this is going to come interesting. Okay. Because I've been saying all season I'm not a fan of the Steelers with the fact that they can't finish drives, and they're having a lot of problems in that regard still.
And they're going against the second best defense in the NFL.
They're doing better in that regard, though. They're actually finishing. Plus, they're at a point now to where they kind of have to, because Boswell's starting to miss a couple of these field goals. So that's becoming an issue too. I know I'm not a fan of the Texans. I have to pick the Texans in this regard because I just cannot trust the Steelers in any way, shape, or form. Defense, offense, special teams, everything's kind of unraveling for them at this point. They shouldn't be here right now. The kicker missed a 40-yarder for Baltimore. So they really shouldn't even be in this position. I don't think it's going to go pretty. Texans should win this one.
Man.
Yeah, I think if Texans were to play either team, Steelers or Ravens, I think they win this one. The Texans got two all-pro defensive players, one on the D line and one at the corner, so it's like that team right now, like even though because I don't know how you would define what best defense would be. We led the league in least amount of points allowed. And but they're second. I feel like they're a better we didn't have any all pros. They had two. I feel like they had I feel like they got the best defense in the league, even
They
still
got a
with
squad.
that.
They
are crazy.
Right and everything.
I think there's y'all only had one. Y'all only had one all pro on defense.
You talking about Surtain?
Yeah, Surtain. And I feel like he was only an all pro because he was defensive
player
of the
year.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like that's the only reason why he was all pro. Yeah. So like that to me, the Texans, they go and then Steelers, y'all can't do nothing. Is DK back? Is he allowed to play?
He comes back this game. Yep. He only had 2 games. He had to miss the
last
two
ridiculous.
games.
That's ridiculous. He shouldn't be able to play no more. But
why?
You can't just hit people. That's assault.
He really hit him. Dude said something to me. He ain't like me. He grabbed him and he kind of throw a little. He tried to throw a little fake punch and he pushed him back off.
If I was dude, I'd have fell over the stands and I'd have foam when it came out my mouth. Man, he's tripping.
Hit my hand on the thing. Everything.
Yeah, I started spasming out.
He said, I pissed on myself the whole time.
Yeah. Like what? What do you mean? He's 6'4", what, 240?
Yeah, he's tripping.
He was tripping. The biggest athlete in receiver history. Yeah.
It's just the dumbest thing in the world. He almost lost 47 million for that. Didn't he? They had to million. They overrode it and gave it to him. They gave him the money because they knew he's gonna be mad. I would hate you. I would never come back, man. I'm leaving, right? I'm like this every year. I'm gonna complain all the time. I'm the worst person in the locker room if you don't give me my $40 million. That's all it is to it.
Hey, that is ridiculous. He should not be able to play for the rest of the year.
He was wild.
But even with him, he didn't even done nothing to even make it seem like that. The Steelers are done. Their team, they have nothing special on their team. Even with all the X factors on their team, they have a ton of. None of them have had an X factor game. So I think they're done.
Yeah, they're crap, man. It's almost I can't even just sit back and make this into a game. But for some reason, you have to look at it like that when it's the Texans. The Texans are good, man, but they got 2 people. One got 15 sacks, the other one got 12. They got their defensive ends are dogs. You know what I mean? They really got a good defense. I like their coach. CJ seems like he's been playing a little bit better too. In the beginning of the year, he looked horrible. Yeah, he seemed like he's been doing decent. I'm like, you don't even have to be great, CJ. You just got to keep your team in the game. Pretty much. Your defense is going to do the rest. So there's no special effects on either team offensively that I can really see. And it's like, I'm gonna go with the Texans as well. I don't see the Steelers pulling this one off, but you never know. Aaron Rodgers might, he might amaze us, but I don't see it happening.
Maybe he saved everything for the playoffs.
Yeah. The last of his energy. Yeah, all his energy.
He better retire after this year.
He looks dead out there. I'm gonna tell you.
You know what I mean? Finished. Stick a fork in him, man. Spin the block on this one.
Him and Mike Tomlin.
You think Mike Tomlin? You think they're firing Tomlin this year?
I don't think they're firing him. I just feel like he's just hurting them. I feel like he's not improving them or making them worse. He didn't
even look like he's having fun with it anymore.
Yeah, he's not even. He's just there because he's still coaching. That's the only reason why he's still there.
That's true.
And they've only had like 3 coaches in their history. It's crazy. Yeah. They really only had like 3 coaches in there. Yeah, we think about how long the Pittsburgh. So they've been around since before I was around. You only had like 3 coaches, brother. Everybody had the job for 30 years.
He might as well make the Hall of Fame with the most seasons over 500 and just call it that. Just make the Hall of Fame with that.
You think if he does say he gets fired, they move on from whatever they want to call it. You don't think he takes another job?
I wouldn't. If he does, it'll be a bad team. I think. The Titans. The Titans would be a good one, but that's the only one.
I wouldn't take. You take the Titans job? Titans aren't that
bad. They had an all-pro. Jeffrey Simmons is an all-pro.
You got other,
I don't think Tomlin's going to coach anywhere else.
I think I'd retire. I'd retire.
I think I would retire with one team. He has a legacy. He's good. I already think he's a Hall of Famer. So
start a podcast.
Let me ask this question right here. I know. Did we already do MVP? Season MVP? We already did that one, right? What do y'all think is going to win the season MVP? Like all in all, you think who y'all think is going to pull this one off?
Who should or who's gonna?
Both. Give me what you think.
Who should is Matthew Stafford. Who is probably going to be
Drake May.
Yeah.
Man.
Which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, I think 100% it should be Matthew Stafford. Because I think the Patriots lost to the Raiders this year.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the beginning of the year. So if it's like recency bias type of thing, it's like, oh, Matthew Stafford lost to the Panthers and
That's
the Falcons.
The problem is how he finished the season.
So I'm like, okay, I could see how they'd be like, oh, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
He threw like 7 interceptions in the last 5 games. But he only has like 8 interceptions in the season. I mean,
that's
so
crazy.
It's like it looks really bad at the end, but the beginning looks so good.
Yep.
I mean, so you look at it. Yeah, I mean, I would hope that he would win it too, but I don't see them giving this to him. But if you really, you really look at it, I mean, how many games did the Patriots win? 13 or 14? Or they win? Let me see.
13, I want to say.
They had 14 wins. Patriots had 14 wins. So he had 2 more wins than him. But that's but the still strength of schedule should play into that. He threw for over
hardest division.
Yeah, 300 more yards. He had like 15 more touchdowns, passes than him.
The thing that hurts you
crazy.
though,
like the same interceptions.
But typically in MVP voting, they go for somebody that has that first 4 seed. Okay, you can go back in history. That's normally what they do.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I don't think there's a lot period that you could put with somebody that made it as a wild card or something. Rookie of the year, sure, I can see that. But if you're talking about MVP, they typically come from, you're the best player from the best team. You're the MVP.
It's either
especially when you see like the Patriots where they were last year, and then
the leap that they made. It's either going to go with the future and say we're leaning towards the future, or are they going to go with the guy who's pretty much on his way out the door and want to go ahead and give him his last hurrah. But if I'm the NFL, I'm probably going with the future, because you really have to start looking forward, because you got Lamar Jackson's not really looking like, I mean, he may not get back to those heights where he was at before. Mahomes, of course, I mean, you never know what Mahomes right now. It looked bad this year. It didn't look good. They, for them to not even make the playoffs this year, I mean, you got 2 of your top dogs didn't even make it this year. One of them at least came down to the last game. The other people was like, y'all look like crap. Y'all look garbage. You got to do a whole rebuild to put this team back up. So I'll probably, with me personally, I think Stafford should win it too, just by the numbers. You look at the numbers, it is what it is. Absolutely. And you have to look at their, you get 4 games this year. You had to play against 2 of the other top teams in your division. Exactly. 4 games for sure, and so I'm definitely going to, I will go with Stafford with that as well too. We didn't even get to my team this week, man, or the Seahawks. We didn't even get to the Seahawks either. But we'll save that for next week, man. Anything you guys want to talk about before we head out?
Yeah, just get ready for the Saints. 2026.
Who do we think for coach of the year?
Coach of the year? It better be Shanahan.
Yeah, because I know I'm looking at like this little race right here. It's got Vrabel number 1, Ben Johnson number 2, Mike McDonald number 3.
They look for stories with some of these awards.
Not that I think he should have won it over, because you look at the real true circumstances of what really happened here. But what they're gonna look at is say, look at the jump.
Yep.
The leap from where this team was last year, garbage, to where you're at now. You're 14-2. I mean, it's just almost. I mean, it's a hard one, man.
You go from crap to number 2.
It's like, if you don't give it to him, you really blanking.
That's a bad precedent. I get that. Yeah.
But if you don't give it to these cats over here, who everybody and their mama on their team got hurt, if you don't do that, and they still put up 12 wins
in a division where these are the top dogs in the division.
They should have been the Cardinals this season. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
They should have been that bad.
Texans, or not Texans, but Titans. Sorry, they should have been the Titans this year.
Seriously,
really,
it's crazy.
That's
to
another thing about the Cardinals. I'm like, the Cardinals are not a bad team. They're just
they're just in a crap division. They're just in the greatest division.
They're the Bears last year. They're in the Bears last year. That's what they are right now.
I look at them like I look at Vanderbilt in college football for so many years. Vanderbilt's not terrible if they play anybody outside of the SEC. Same situation. I love that. I agree. I think he should be coach of the year, in my opinion. But I do think with the whole storyline and all that kind of stuff, you're going to see Vrabel win. I think they're going to win coach of the year and MVP. Sadly.
I'd be sick. They're trying to get Brady and Belichick.
I'm telling you, that's it.
Kraft.
But again, they're looking for storyline, and that is a huge storyline going forward. You're talking about a new head coach, and you're talking about a quarterback who's brand new.
And he's old, and he's been in the ownership group. He's part of that, old guard. Or he's going to have some say so into what kind of goes on. And this is his resurgence right here. This is he had to lose Brady. He had to lose Belichick. He lost a lot to get back to where he's at right now. That speaks volumes about him as an owner as well too. With that, we'll call it an evening for y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. This is Plays and Parlays. My name is Wesley, along with my co-host LT, the Guru, and man. You guys take care of yourself. Peace.
Peace.